You're better off elsewhere tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Off the Grill podcast. Back here again. Another week in a row. I think that's 5. This one, of course, as you're probably slowly coming to the realization, is not live. I gotta have the laptop looked at, so throw a couple episodes in the can. Either I use them or I don't. Down the line, this one's getting used for sure. I'm kind of excited about it. It's going to be kind of a new format, something that's a little easier if I don't have you fine folks out there in the chat to shoot the shit with. So I do have a guest waiting for me. But before I bring him in, I'd hate to have him overshadow. I've been excited. I wanted to show this off last week, and I fucking totally forgot. Your boy Sauce got his hands on some Pepsi Zero fried chicken from Pepsi Japan. Now, as I started looking for this, I was like, all right, fried chicken Pepsi, that's fucking crazy. There's no way that's true. Turns out, no, you're right. It's not true at all. It's just lemon. And now I was, I think, even more excited when I saw that because about 20 years ago now, Pepsi had this product out in the U.S., at least in the Northeast. Maybe it exists elsewhere, called Pepsi Twist, and I loved it a whole bunch. So here's hoping that's what we have, and God damn it, yeah, it is. It's a little different. So their Pepsi Zero tastes a lot closer to Diet Pepsi, which isn't great, but the lemon does kind of hide the awful medicinal chemical taste of Diet Pepsi. So, all in all, I'd say that's a win. But without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, my guest this evening, someone that I love doing shit with, and I don't do nearly enough of it with. This is a man that at least once monthly will take a hot sizzle platter of fajita meat with him to bed. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bombastic.
The crackling and whatnot soothes me.
Yeah,
tell me, is there a more comfortable feeling, like sound on earth, when you hear that go by behind you at a Mexican restaurant, and then you get the whiff? Some peppers, some onion, maybe a little chicken.
Oh yeah, a little chicken. I gotta say, man, it creates envy.
It does. Like, you're like, I should have ordered the fajitas, but you never do.
Damn it!
Who ordered the whoop ass?
At this wet ass burrito, they just dump.
Have you ever had a wet burrito?
Top.
Wet burritos are amazing.
They're fine. I prefer a dry one. I like the handheld.
You're a raw burrito man.
What's that?
You're a raw burrito man.
Yeah, it's kind of right. Get this volume going on here. These are my old AirPods. They're not great. One of them's pretty much dead, and the other one is
Apple products, sir. They designed them.
I love my new AirPod Pros.
I got my wife some for Christmas. Yeah. I don't understand it.
I don't know. I don't get it either, but you hand me a Android product of any kind that I like, just curl up into a ball.
I love it, man. I had one iPhone. It was stolen by a stripper.
Sure, that tracks.
After that, man, I don't know if it was the stripper that soured me on it. She was great, other than stealing my phone. I'm gonna go ahead and address this. I'm gonna sound so stupid tonight because I'm trying to get used to these temporary things on my face. So bear with me, folks. I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't know they were temporary.
Yeah.
That makes fuck that. Now it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's temporary.
I thought that's what they stuck you with. I'm like,
No.
You grow into them.
Grow into them. No, they it's like this or like you have like really ugly teeth underneath.
Yeah.
So I'll deal with like
oh, man. I think you need to take those to TikTok. You can ruin another part of the culture.
I gotta wear them in Vegas this weekend too. It's like what sucks.
I did not know you were going to Vegas. Look at you. Oh, you look like you're going to Vegas.
Yeah.
That's all it takes is just the shades, and it's like, woo!
These are my Vegas shades.
That's a look.
It is, right? Like that got that giant smile. Dope ass horn rim glasses. Look out, Vegas. I'm coming to the low stakes tables.
Your only thing you're missing is pupils the size of those glasses now.
Dude, they have an airport pickup that picks you up with weed.
Ooh. Here you go.
We're at 11 minutes. It's cool. I waited 11 minutes. I'm sorry. I'm derailing your whole thing.
Hey, man, what are we going to do? Let's not pretend like this, I don't do shit. The first 2 minutes of any given episode that's going to ruin things.
I just look at it when we do a show, I don't care. It's just like we have an excuse to bullshit.
Exactly.
So why not?
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess we don't have to get into it right away, but I guess for the people watching at home or maybe listening, I guess there's probably some weirdos that are audio only. And I love them all the same, but you're weird. But I guess there's a contingent that think it's weird to watch a podcast. So
I've grown into it a lot. Yeah. I prefer it.
Yeah. All of a sudden, me too. So basically what I've done is I've stolen the concept personally, I stole it from Ross Tudell of cultaholic.com.
King Ross?
We're not allowed to say that. It's redacted.
Is that redacted?
Oh, we're not allowed to say that. They don't own that.
Oh.
Cultaholic, culture gets
that's
real
King Ross
about that. But his Straight to Hell series on their YouTube channel was kind of cool. I thought it was a decent idea. We're not going to go the wrestling route with it, but I thought it was cool. And he himself, for the people in the UK, like surprisingly large audience over there, which is cool. Room 101 is a show, I believe, on BBC, and that's where Ross stole it. I stole it from Ross. So it's basically what that means is, for the ones that have no fucking idea what we're talking about, is I've told Mr. Bombastic here, old Jonathan, to come up with 5 things horror in the horror world, in the world of horror. Shout out Scarecrow Show. That get on his nerves. Just 5 pet peeves, whatever they may be, different movie tropes, shit the fans do, whatever. We're gonna find out what they are.
We're gonna do some bitching.
And basically, it's his chance to get it off his chest, and then, if I deem it appropriate, we're gonna flush those things down the fucking drain. Because that's what this segment's called, baby. It's down the drain with steak sauce. All right.
Hi-oh!
I wish I had a soundboard so bad. Like the video clips, they don't really, they don't do it justice. But
silence.
It worked.
I got a Stream Deck. You need to get one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can just have those videos on individual buttons.
Okay. Yeah. But, and I guess before we get started, I gotta get this out of the way. I don't think it made the regular episode last week.
The faggot of the opera.
That one I do like to wait for.
Do it again, Steak.
All right, let's do it again.
The faggot of the opera.
It's my favorite thing.
It's so good. My only real regret is that I'm so terrible at like Photoshop because I would love to actually get the fucking Phantom mask on that stupid face.
We have people that can do this.
Yeah, really we do, but I don't know. I get sad about asking them and like
I get sad.
I was like, can I trouble you to do a thing?
Excuse me, could you?
And it's like I don't know, should I pay them and how much is too much? And I don't care. Like that's a lot of the reason that the intro to the show is still just it's just a fucking static image of their logo.
Oh no! By the way, I was gonna say, like, I listen to that song independently of the show. It's
Hell
a
yeah,
fucking
man.
banger, dude. Like, I think I would like to say, like, we should take an intermission later. Just listen to it again, and then come back and just fucking.
Hell yeah, man! But you know what? Let's run the Patreon. We'll start the fucking Patreon off.
There we go.
I
No,
like
it's
that.
a fucking banger, dude.
I love hearing that so much. Like years and years back, I tried to fucking kind of hang with those guys. You know, I'm like in the band setting, and I just like fucking couldn't, and felt like I failed them several different times. And then other shit's gotten in the way since then. But I truly believe in those guys. Like I know that they're my friends, so it's kind of like, you know, oh, of course you got to say it, but like they for sure know if I don't feel that way, I'm not gonna fucking, you know, go out of my way.
Yeah.
Like it's hard even going, yeah, it's pretty good. Like if it's not, like even to try to, you know, lie to them. But every time I see it, like someone in the chat fucking throws out, oh, I love this song, whatever. I'm like, dude, oh, yes. See people that like I don't know. Some of them I've met or know, you know, whatever, you know, to some degree, just over the internet. Some it's just people that I know for an hour a week. You know, I don't interact with them other than that, but like to see that it's spread to fucking the UK or Germany or like places like that, where like, you know,
It's pretty dope.
in like India, for whatever reason, like India, Pakistan, I got a pretty decent like number of like percentage of the views come from there. Mexico too, for some reason, all of my like suggested videos, like just people that speak nothing but Spanish are stumbling upon this. Just
I wonder what this white guy
YouTube
has to say about Mountain Dew.
Oh, I like that, Holmes.
Oh, darling. Didn't we have a lemon Pepsi?
He's stupid.
What didn't we have a lemon Pepsi here at one point?
Oh yeah, Pepsi Twist. I was talking about it 20 years
right.
ago, roughly. I used to. It was like the best thing in the vending machine at school when I was in like 6th or 7th grade.
You could get soft drinks at school?
Oh, only one school would do it, and yeah,
Really?
yeah. It was because it was like the middle of high school. It was, I don't know, like the elementary school. There was a growing up. Yeah, there was a one that had cans in it when I was like in 2nd, 3rd grade. But you could only use it after school. Like they had it like locked.
That's the way ours was. You couldn't
put
get
the
one.
coins in. Yeah. But they had like Loganberry, which I didn't know at the time. I think that's like that's a regional thing up here.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what it is. Like I just know it's a non-carbonated juice. I honestly couldn't even explain it to you.
Never heard of her.
Yeah. It's got the can is pretty sick though. You're not gonna be able to see it.
That is cool. It looks like a grapefruit.
Yeah, it's like but it's like that neon green.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. So it's apparently the Loganberry is a hybrid of blackberry and raspberry, which would explain why I like it. Because fuck it, I go nuts for raspberry flavored shit. I mean, raspberry tea, raspberry coffee, raspberry grape juice.
Raspberry grape juice. Yeah, it's fucking incredible.
Mm. Oh,
Wow.
I don't know. Let's say we quit fucking around and get down to brass tacks here.
Let's do it.
So, all right. Down the drain, number 1. What do you got?
Blumhouse.
Blumhouse.
Just
All
in
right.
general. We need a break. Like they do some cool shit. Don't get me wrong, but like everything looks the same. It's got that fucking right after Texas Chainsaw 03 came out, everything looked like that, and all Blumhouse movies look the same.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely fair. I was going to ask, is it just too much, or is it like the style itself, or like?
Well, if you think about it, dude, like I want you to think like what do you get excited for in horror? It's almost never something that Joe Blow is going to see, right?
Yeah, no, it's yeah,
Which is weird.
I would say I'm definitely closer to the Joe Blow end than maybe a lot of the other guys that we frequent.
Oh yeah, no. But what I'm saying is like you don't have like when we were teenagers, you were reliant on the studios and the big movies in the theaters, and even the stuff that was going straight to DVD, right? That was where you were, this is where good product was going to come from. Well, now it comes from everywhere. So the theaters are an afterthought for me. They're in second place for putting out good shit. And Blumhouse is the driving force behind that.
Yeah, and they're just everywhere now. I noticed last night, it was the first time it's really caught me. Like, they're shitting content out everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in the theaters, on like cable television, on fucking Peacock, on Hulu, on Netflix. Because I think, like, all the Haunting of Bly Manor and Hill House, that's
all Blumhouse shit, yeah.
And, those two things, very fond of, personally. But,
well, I mean, I like Sick. That was really good.
Yeah.
Sick was fun. I like Kevin Williams' song Sucker.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in a Scream mood because we just come off a Scream marathon. But yeah, I mean, they do good stuff, but it's like their big theatrical stuff I could kind of care less about.
And it's like, it is a shame because, like, I think earlier on, especially, like, there was that, his wife's the star. The one where the lady's deaf and she's got to like fucking survive an onslaught. It's called Hush.
Oh, I like that movie.
Like that one's fucking great, but I feel like that was like the early kind of we're not sure if we're gonna.
It just seems like they're like even if you make an independent horror movie, that's who's picking it up. Like if it's gonna get wide distribution, that's where it's coming from. It's like Warner Brothers isn't really. I mean, I guess who owns them? Who owns Blumhouse? Is it Universal? I think it's Universal.
Yeah, because I mean that's where the Halloween.
So Universal's entire horror catalog is just deferred to Blumhouse.
Jason, what would you like us to show? What have you got for us, Jason? I don't know why I think they talk that way.
No. Brian Chennington.
Yeah. But I guess that I actually never thought about this, like, because I on the surface did kind of agree, but the more you talk about it, the more it's kind of a problem. It's not just something to be like a little annoyed about, like, because as you're saying, like, independent shit's really only getting picked up by them, so therefore they're only shooting those kinds of movies and try to get picked up.
And it's like the other, like Blumhouse has gotten so big that the other major studios are like, don't even fuck with it, man. Just sell off your rights to any major horror franchises you have to Blumhouse. Yeah. And they'll make you money. Mm-hmm. And it sucks that there's one company that decides everything for us now, basically.
It's kind of that same stupid thing. Like, have you ever played Cards Against Humanity?
Yeah.
Whereas, like, it's an easy game to cheat if you know the people you're playing with. Like, you're gonna tailor your response to whoever's judging or whatever. It's like, okay,
exactly.
I'm tailoring my movie to this fucking money guy.
You can do that, State. Not everybody can do that. You have to have that comedic sense about you. You have to be able to read people. Because you've seen the guy that can't do it in Cards of Humanity. So it said buttholes.
It's cats licking.
Oh my goodness. That guy,
Yeah, that's sad.
He's a blast.
Can you imagine being that guy?
He's got a dope IRA though. Like we both know that.
Oh yeah, have to. I mean, if you're not funny, you gotta have a funny.
You gotta have something else, man. Or just
you gotta have a Roth IRA cooking.
Giant dick. Just fucking roll it out. It unfurls like one of those party things.
That's it. You gotta be funny, you gotta have a big dick, or you just gotta have like diversified fucking
You gotta have cash. Man.
assets.
That's it. That's all. Like that's all. That's
Three things.
It's the three things you can be.
But
So,
yeah, I mean,
if
you
you're
can be the
broke-
sweetest guy in the world, but if you're a broke, small dicked fucking boy,
You gotta have one, right? Like
you're
you can't.
staying home.
Yep. You gotta have one of those things. And we can all see which one I went with. At least trying to. So
Yeah.
that should tell you something about the other two.
Ooh, poor guy. But I mean, hey, same boat. But I figure, like, especially since you're in Kentucky, you kind of fucking dollar goes a little further. You're halfway to two
Oh, it
trips.
goes fucking way further, man.
You're
I pay
digging.
less-
You're fucking climbing the ladder, and I'm.
I pay less to live down here than you probably pay. I bet you got to pay 6 months. I'd have to pay 6 months of rent or mortgage. You know what you'd have to pay in a month.
Well, I am currently lucky, because really all I pay is physical labor, just doing shit around the house.
Yeah, but if you just like went up there and bought a house,
like if I had to grab an apartment, it'd be probably 5, 6, 7 easy for like a 1-bedroom.
oh, okay. I thought you were saying 1,000. I was like,
No,
what?
no. Hundo. That down in Jersey, that's a different story. That's a little more accurate. Like to get something decent. Like I think I had 2 roommates who split 3 ways for a 2-bedroom apartment, and I was paying almost by the end like $600 just for my portion of it.
See, dude, like that's my house payment. Like
Yeah,
you
that's
gotta
crazy.
really love Jersey.
I
That's
did.
all I'll
I
say.
fucking did, man.
You got to.
I'll say this: if I could have found another spot, like because the portion of Jersey that I lived in was so close to Manhattan, a lot of the like immigrants and stuff would come into New York City initially and realize everything's priced, so we can't be here.
Yeah.
So then they come to New Jersey, and then some, it's not all of them, but like there's whatever percentage it is of like the people that are forced out of New York. It's not even just the immigrants; it's the people that were there and just all of a sudden can't afford it or whatever. But some of them are shitty and like to fucking walk out without paying rent or fuck a house up and then just disappears. Like everything is, even to rent a place, it's like credit checks and references and this, that, and the other. And like I worked under the fucking table for most of that time. It's real
That's the
hard.
only way you can fucking make it, man. You
Yeah.
gotta keep all your money.
Yeah. And it's like, it's real hard to fucking go, well, I work off the books and I don't have a pay stub. I can't show you.
Yeah.
Okay, then you're not living here.
Goodbye.
But
Come down to Kentucky sometime, Steak. Come
You know
check it
what?
out.
I have to for a couple of reasons. There's a bunch of folk I want to see, plus there's family and shit. And Kentucky seems like an all right time.
Western
Not
Kentucky.
where I'm going to have to stay, probably, but
Western Kentucky.
make that drive to the western half and feel a
The
little
Western.
better.
It's a little more like you can chart Kentucky's progress as it goes east. Like you can go backwards in time. It's
They were going west to fucking escape the past. It had nothing to do with more land. Just let's move this clock ahead.
well, we're right there. We're basically Indiana and Illinois. Like where I'm at, we're this little heart.
Oh,
Now, like we live in like a different bubble than like the rest of Kentucky does. It's weird.
okay. Well, yeah,
Like,
because I know
Buffalo's
you would.
different from New York. Like New
Yeah.
York City.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, for sure. But like, 'cause I know you and Corey are like taking like day trips to St. Louis and shit. So it's all some weird.
Hey, you're within I'm 2 hours from Nashville, like
Okay. Yeah.
hour from Louisville. Like you're where you need to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Louisville will be fun. You fucking stalk around the outskirts and look for Cornette's place.
I know Cornette's in Louisville or in Jeffersonville.
Is it? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Most people
a little
don't live in
dishonest.
Louisville. Don't live in Louisville.
Okay, I mean, that's a little dishonest. That'd
Well,
be like
that's
if I
like,
fucking. I
It's your
claim New York
Buffalo,
City, man.
right?
Yeah,
Like you don't live in Buffalo,
I don't live in Buffalo, no.
but Buffalo is
God,
how
no.
you would identify yourself. To
Yeah,
someone
'cause,
who
like,
lives in part of the country.
It's, and I think it's a little different for me though. or anyone like because if you say New York, everyone that's not from, I'll give it like Pennsylvania will understand a lot of the time, but like
Well, it's a big ass state, and there's a couple
Yeah.
islands that make up the population.
yeah,
And
it is. It's like
and Buffalo.
You know.
Buffalo's fucking huge.
Buffalo's big. Rochester's pretty big. Like it's definitely like a tier or two below Buffalo. But
See, I want to go to New York City at some
Syracuse
point,
is big.
because I feel like that's a big culture shock for me.
Buffalo?
No, New York City.
Oh, New York
Like,
City? Yeah.
My best friend, dude, going back years, he went on a trip to New York City last year, and he would just text me the weird shit. Like he sent me a picture of a Home Depot with no parking. He's like, "What the fuck do you do here?"
When you want one piece of lumber.
Pretty much, there's no parking lot, and you can't park on the street. So why is it there?
That's fucked up. But yeah, I mean, I remember the first time I was in Manhattan. I just taking a picture of like the those big inflatable rats. Have you seen those?
Mm-hmm.
In pictures of them. So like, I think it's an anti-union thing. So it's like when a place that gets non-union work.
Yeah.
Like the fucking whatever the union that's in the area will fucking put up this gigantic inflatable rat. Like it's some kind of
fucking
like
cocksucker.
Yeah, it's these fucking jerk offs. Boy, you can't use union. It's too cheap to use union labor.
Fuck you.
Yeah, you know what you get what you pay for. I ain't got time.
Your mother. How about that?
I gotta work to keep me busy for a month.
I love that attitude though. Like that's the one thing that I hate that I grew up in the South with like this, but for real, you know, like gentlemanly.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't just been like cool like from Brooklyn or some shit. Like I couldn't get that.
Well, that's it. That's that thing. Like when I went on tour with Michael Graves, like the South was very friendly. Like, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but the chatting in line drives me up a wall.
Oh, you guys don't do that?
No, I mean in Buffalo a little bit, like because Buffalo is like Buffalo. If there's a snowstorm and there's a lot of people that will fucking pull over and help you if they see you in the ditch. I don't know about too many other places, you know, in the Northeast that are that way. Anyway. Yeah. But like in New Jersey, God no. It's here, money, product, goodbye. Money, product, goodbye. Just fucking efficient. Done.
Some days I prefer it.
I love that. I don't have time. I don't want to.
Grocery store encounters here take forever because you have to talk to everyone.
Oh, how's Rhonda May?
Yeah, pretty much. You know, like,
I heard she had her third
cucumbers there, huh, Rick? What's Rick doing?
Oh, I'm gonna have to get me some of them when I get off.
Yeah, that's what it's like going to grocery store.
Man, I can't do it.
You gotta run into everybody you know. Everybody from high school.
Oh, fuck, dude.
See, that's another thing y'all don't have to deal with in larger cities. Like, if you grow up here and like you don't leave, you will see those people for the rest of your life.
I've moved back into that. It's one of the big reasons I left in the first place. I hate it. I don't know these people anymore. I didn't like them to begin with.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to deal with it. And it's also sad too, because it's like, fuck, man, nobody made it out. You know, like there's a few too many that got fucking stuck for one reason or another, but. You know, like it's not, and it's not really even their fault. It's just the way the world is.
Oh yeah, we got screwed, buddy. You ask anybody, our generation got screwed
big time. Like
I graduated the year the stock market crashed.
Oh, that was 2 years later.
So like, what kind of?
Yeah,
it's like, oh, here you go, kid. Get out there and figure it the fuck out. There's no money out there, and there's no jobs. But I'm gonna keep my job. So
you figure it out.
Also move out.
Yet we're not leaving you the house. We're going to sell it, and we're retiring early.
We're gonna enjoy our years.
We're retiring at 61.
We're gonna spend your inheritance.
Fucking piles of shit. That's the one thing I'll never have to resent anyone in my family for not leaving me something I expected, because nobody has anything. So like no one has any expectations for anything. We're all kind of good. There aren't really
that's new to us. That's new to our generation, where we just get to it. We're like, well, we're all fucking broke.
Yep. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, let's guide back in. I'm
Anyways,
not good
that's
at this
why I
stuff.
like Blumhouse. That's why I don't
Yeah.
like Blumhouse.
So
in
I'm gonna
conclusion.
go ahead, and hey, let's hope it doesn't stay this easy. But yeah, Blumhouse down the drain. The
Damn.
fuck out of here.
Number 2.
Let's go ahead and swing for number 2, baby.
Number 2's got to do with this right here.
Okay, let's.
This is the
hold that for a
fourth-
second. Let's do a little production work.
This is
All
the
right.
4th time They Live has been released from Scream Factory. We got to put an end to that bullshit. If you're gonna put out a fucking steelbook, that's terrible.
I don't like that.
That made my butthole hurt, dude. That was bad. But if you're gonna put this out, put it out on release day. Don't wait 6 months.
Yeah.
Luckily, I'd never grabbed this. And just the steelbook came out, and I was like, I'm getting that. But
Yeah.
that shit has got to stop. They're bleeding us fucking dry, and they're playing us for idiots.
I agree. I resisted it, because a lot of that Scream Factory shit. That, there were cracks in the ship long before, but when they released that Friday the 13th box set, the dam just busted open.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Fuck!"
It was over.
They do this, and I feel like post that box set, they've been fucking shitting out the 4Ks and the 4K fucking steel books and shit. It's like.
The thing that sucks
Did they lose that much money on those?
I know that this fucking Friday the 13th set was limited, and it's still available.
Yeah. That's,
Right.
I guess, yeah, fuck. I'm shocked that they misread the market, because I guess I would have been in the same boat as them. Yeah, that's going to sell big, of course.
They're falling into the same shit that Anchor Bay did, and it's what
Yeah.
ended up killing Anchor Bay. I mean, we interviewed Michael Felcher, and he
Yeah.
worked at Anchor Bay forever, and he said that was a very conscious thing that they did. Oh, we're a little low on numbers. Throw out Army of Darkness again. Call it the Screwhead Edition.
Fucking stupid, man. Then, if you're going to do that, you have to go out. You have to spend $20 and fucking get an interview with someone. You got to throw something else extra on there.
Dude, I don't know, man. I'm jaded. It sucks. It didn't used to be like this.
Yeah, I definitely remember, because I basically, because I fucked myself. I put that the Halloween the movie 4K thing that came out.
Yeah.
For 6, 7, and 8. So I put that on my Christmas list, and lo and behold, I get it.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, I'm a fuck. I have to. I bought the first 5. Said I wasn't. Waited. It was
Here's what's
over
going
a
to
year.
drive you goddamn insane. And it's another thing that they do that pisses me off. All 5 of those have been re-released now. So the ones that you get will not have the hardcover box on the outside.
So here's the thing. I have them in hand, and I do know that. And I am hot.
Right?
Fucking hot. I don't care about a slipcover. I don't. I've ripped them up on the fucking show plenty of times. But that is different to me. That's
That
fucking
nice
that's
box.
quality.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just some fucking jerk off little alternate.
They're charging you
Cover,
the
I don't
exact
care.
same amount
Yeah. For less. For less product.
for less. It's bullshit. I have them all, and they're fucking gorgeous. They're fantastic. It's the best those movies have ever looked. Probably ever will look, if we're being honest.
I can't imagine 8K is gonna fucking clean those up anymore.
It's not. It's not there. People don't care about it. Dude, how many people do you think? How many people do you think are still watching a DVD player on their 65-inch TV with the red, white, and yellow component cables hooked in?
So I'll say this: I fucking the Scarecrow Show. That's how their living room is set up at their parents' house. And it's just fucking, it's great. And they're like, yeah, we don't, why? It's more expensive to fucking upgrade it. And Lauren has said it a bunch of times. I don't know. I just don't know any better. But he said that DVD is the thing to hoard. Because Blu-ray is eventually going to kind of fucking be hard to come by. But,
DVDs sell more, period.
DVDs are cheaper. People still have them.
Quality's
so
not there for me as...
No. I agree personally.
As a film fan, I want to own things, and I want to own the things that I love and the best quality available.
I've noticed with DVDs that bigger, nicer TVs, bigger, nicer players, when they try to upscale it, they make it look like shit.
Yeah, it's all
Like fucking,
blurry.
I watched a couple years ago. I watched Jason Lives on a fucking gigantic TV at PS3, I think. No, Xbox 360, and it looked like a fucking high school play. It shows you just how bad, like the fucking, like the cinematography goes out the window, and it's just like, hey, look at this awful set behind these.
Well, you're just getting vague ideas of what you're supposed to be seeing because it doesn't have the information to actually produce it, so it's just like smudging it.
And it doesn't. Just looks like is that just a sheet? Or is that jail cell really there, or is that a painting? What the fuck is this? I don't know what my eyes don't know what they're seeing.
Is this shot? Is this like a soap opera? Is this thing shot?
Yes, dude! They all look like soap operas. That is perfect.
Well, I'll tell you what else happens there is they could have had 120 hertz motion smoothing on the TV. That creates what's called the soap opera effect. It just it doesn't look natural. It was huge in the late 2000s to put that on TVs. I have no clue. I thought when I was working at Best Buy, they looked like shit, and people were eating it up.
So, what do you think the reason that soap operas would use that? Did you make it kind of sexy, just soft?
No, soap operas were shot on beta tape.
Oh no shit!
For the most part, yeah. All your news places up until like 08, 07, 08 when they started doing the digital transfer, all that was beta tape.
No kidding.
That runs at a different frame rate if it's shot natively on beta. So that's where you get that.
That's it's crazy that you know that, first off. And also,
okay, faggot, what's next?
But yes, fuck boutique labels trying to screw us.
Yeah, so yeah, I think it is fair to say it's not just Scream Factory, Shout Factory, whatever. It's kind of all of them. And like if they're not doing the release and re-release, it's like, hey, we found this garbage my kid made last week. You want it on 4K?
Yeah, pretty much.
I said, well,
but then you get shit like this. You get trimmers on 4K, and it makes it all worth it. Arrow Video, by the way.
Arrow.
Putting it out
Arrow's
there, dude.
probably.
If you don't want the big limited edition, you can wait, and they'll put out a cheaper single disc version of it for you.
Yeah, like that's pretty much everything. Like the only thing I've gotten, like their big release was Mallrats, and then
oh yeah, I had that one.
True Romance. Had to get that one.
Oh, I had that True Romance. It's amazing.
I wanted the fucking RoboCop one, but like something with Amazon kept fucking up. I think it was like post vacation. I think is what it was. Like my bank account it either had the money or it didn't. I didn't have time for to wait for Amazon to go, oh, we'll take it now. It kept going. Whoops, we'll try again. Whoops, and then said we don't have it. So
we got it.
Fuck. But I think I can still grab just the Blu-ray. I wanted the 4K.
You can get the 4K, man, out there. It's not super rare.
Okay. All right.
I think I have them at my local Best Buy still, dude, because nobody.
I'll have to look. I guess I'll have to look a little harder. Maybe I just haven't done that.
Like that Donnie Darko 4K set is still chilling at my Best Buy, dude.
That's
rotting.
That's like a really popular movie to like 7 people, I think. Like it really speaks to 7
dude.
people. And then like
thousands.
Maybe another 150. Like, yeah, it's a cool movie. It's pretty nice.
In the 2000s, that was a big deal.
Yeah.
It was a big movie.
There was a girl that I fucked around with that liked it a lot. And,
everybody did.
It's
probably the same girl.
Yeah. So, fuck. Buddy, you're 2 for 2.
I think I'm going to be 5 for 5 here, man.
Boutique label fucking gouging out the door. See ya. Down the drain. Number 3.
Number 3. What do I want to put at number 3 here? Let me see. We're going to go with horror fans in general.
Down the drain. Let's go. Number 4.
No, and what I mean by that is, our little hobby and community has grown exponentially over the past decade. It's become very annoying. These Walking Dead fuckers are still hanging around, and they make everything worse. These are the assholes that go to cons and pay $200 to get a picture taken with somebody.
I'm gonna charge $250.
Yeah. These are the assholes that are out there putting out all the and just fucking smiling the whole time. I saw Freddy Krueger. I saw him. He's right there. He's my buddy now. I could call him if I wanted to. Like, that's what they did. They get defensive when you're like, fuck that.
He stood up for my photo opportunity, so you're not going to drag him. Sorry,
Robert
sweaty.
Eagley, this past year at Scarefest, $150 photo op. That's no autograph.
What?
No autograph.
No fucking autograph.
$110 for an autograph. If you want him to write a quote on it, $40 more.
I don't.
And that motherfucker, there were people.
That I fucking am baffled by that.
And he was so popular at that con, there were people who did not get to take the picture with him. He did not make it through everybody who prepaid.
So, like, oh, that's fucked up. Like, that should have been capped. Anyone that I hate that shit. Like, yeah, they get their money back, but it's like, I have a lot of.
What if I like planned a trip around this?
Yeah, it's weird, right? It's almost like that's what happens with a lot of these people. It's like that if you're pre-ordering shit, you got to put a cap on pre-orders. That's fucking crazy. You know, like they do enough of these shows. They have an average time, but you can come up with a formula that gives you about how many you could fucking pre-sell and not fuck yourself. Like I would be so fucking hot because like that refund's not immediate.
No.
So that's 150, 250, you know,
but
depending on what you're looking for. That's
these
so
people go in there and they eat it the fuck up.
Like I've been pretty vocal. I don't like conventions. I don't like the idea of them. I've never been to one. Like, and like if I was going to make it to Scarefest with you guys, like it was going to be, I'll hang out here.
Well, Jay never went.
No shit, yeah?
Yeah, Jay never went. I went one day for like an hour, and I was like, I fucking hate people. I forgot about that.
Like, and that's the thing where, like, I know you and Corey, when you interviewed Sean Oliver, you guys kind of, a lot of that interview was spent talking about, like, the fucking, the through line of, like, metal fans, like Kiss fans specifically, I believe it was, and wrestling fans and horror fans.
Yeah.
And it's like, also, not only do they all like the same things, they all smell the same.
Oh,
and it's like that's a vague Korean barbecue smell.
It's like if you put a tennis ball in your shoe with you, and then you sniffed it. That's what a convention smells like. Like I'm not paying the fucking dude that owns Christine $25 to take a picture of a car.
No, I don't care.
I got a rule. I don't pay to take pictures of inanimate objects. Fucking ever.
That's a good rule. Not for nothing. Like I've done it in the past, so like it's kind of hypocritical, but I think I've grown out of it. Like I ain't paying to fucking take a picture with anyone.
Well, me and Dan discovered you could just take pictures of shit. Nobody really said anything.
Yeah.
But Christine specifically, they brought curtains and like you could not see walking by. And that ticked me off. And all the people walking in there and getting it, with the exception of a few, okay. Like
I'd have fucking launched a milkshake over the top of those fucking curtains.
It just pissed me off, man. Because I remember being at conventions with Christine there, and it was just fucking there. Like, you could just go up to it, walk around, talk to the dude. It wasn't a fucking photo op.
So, I remember, like, this is fucking way before, like, this is, like, beginning of YouTube. I remember seeing, I don't remember what it was. It was the same era that I fucking discovered the angry Nintendo nerd.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't even the video game nerd.
So like
just
08, 09.
It was early. It was like 06 or 07. I think
Oh,
my
okay, like
grandfather
that.
just-
Oh, like when he came out.
like
Yeah.
old, like early YouTube. There was something. It was just like an early kind of like fucking con,
Yeah.
compilation thing. It's like there's 7 people here.
It used to be
the
great.
most famous person at the convention is the fucking the redhead from Children of the Corn. And everything was like fucking reasonably priced.
And it used to be a good time, dude. Like my
Yeah.
interaction with Ken Foree is still to this day the best celebrity interaction I ever had. Because he's just a fucking dude. And we had fucking conversation like 2 fucking dudes.
Yeah.
And we fucking, just we'd see each other around the con. He'd fucking come find me.
Hey,
Nice guy. Think he wanted to
what
fuck
about shoulders, little man?
pretty sure he wanted to fuck my wife. And there wasn't a whole lot I could do about it if he was, right? Like he's too, man.
Listen, buddy, you stand over there. You're next.
He doesn't talk like that. He's like
I know he
super soft spoken.
Yeah, you told me that before, and it broke my heart. So I'm pretending you never said it.
Yeah, I just wanted it to be Joe Grizzly.
Yeah. Yes. He's just.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, fuck me. Yeah, They need a Joe Grizzly movie. He's probably.
I'd agree to that. And don't make it a horror movie. It's just Joe Grizzly and his big
Just
rig.
Joe Grizzly. It's just like a fucking like. It's something I think Kevin Smith could have pulled off 15 years ago.
I think Rob
The
Zombie
day in the
should do
life of day in the life of this guy. Let it happen.
just Rob Zombie presents Joe
Yeah.
Grizzly. I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch.
It's Rob Zombie. All right, this is Rob Zombie doing it, and they just end up fucking like his wife is just every gas station clerk that he meets.
Yeah.
It's several days, several thousand miles, or 100 anyway, and fucking just it's always Cherry Moon Zombie. Hi.
Yeah.
Here's your
Always
shower
there.
card.
Clint Howard. It's like a mechanic.
He's always just confused. Like he's about this shit for the first time and doesn't know how to handle it.
That's a face, bro. Like he
Dude, the kid, he was an ugly kid. There's
Yeah,
like
he
those
was
pictures
on
of him
Andy
in like
Griffith.
Star Trek and the Andy Griffith show. It's like, ah!
Well, they'd have to
No
put
wonder,
him in
like
makeup
his
to
brother
make
got
it
all the
funny.
fucking work.
And Ron,
good
to
work.
say Ron Howard.
Run that again.
To think that Ron Howard is the looker. He got everything.
He did it. He's fucking awful too. At least he's got an eye for cinema.
He
Otherwise,
does.
he would.
Ugly
be...
fucking guy too. Like, I
Oh
mean,
God,
and
his daughter
somehow-
though.
Yeah, right. She came
Oh,
out really
Miss
nice.
Bryce Dallas. Dumb name.
Stupid, very stupid.
She does well in a pair of tight black jeans. I'll say that. Best thing about that middle Jurassic World movie.
Yeah, I prefer her as Gwen Stacy in The Amazing Spider-Man, or no, in Spider-Man 3. That's what it was.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch that. I didn't like that. I didn't like the first 2, so I was out.
Oh, buddy, that was the biggest event of that summer to me.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got
dude.
it. I got the DVD of Spider-Man 3 for Christmas that year, and I'm like, okay, I still don't want to watch it. I still never have.
Oh man, we got off school. I fucking hauled ass to the movie theater. Fucking bought all the tickets and laid down like this long ways so I could save all my friends' seats. I'm so excited. That movie sucked so bad.
Did it?
So bad.
At least now that makes me feel good. Yeah, I don't like Tobey Maguire. There's some about.
I like Tobey Maguire. Okay, it was more the Topher Grace as Eddie Brock that pissed.
Well, I don't
everybody
like him. He's one of the main reasons I don't like fucking that '70s show.
off. The worst part of
But
the Predators movie, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that one with Topher
no.
Grace?
No.
That's worth a watch, though.
Okay. No, I was fucking thinking the dad in that show. They should have done, which they weren't in the habit of doing, a prequel to RoboCop. That's just that dude's like rise to power.
Yes.
Like I only fucking saw RoboCop for the first time like the end of 2021, like December, maybe
really?
January of this year, or
Man,
last year.
you missed out.
It made me feel things that I have not felt.
Like I
In
want
a
to say,
long
there was
time.
a time when
It
that
is
was
so goddamn cool.
It was unironically cool at a time
Yeah.
too. Like that's what's like. It's cool now because it's like, ooh, it's kitschy and it's weird.
Yeah, they thought, 91, get it.
Back then, we were all like, yeah, that's probably what that shit's gonna look like.
But man, bitches leave. That's like a top 10 line in all of cinema, in my opinion.
Halt.
And I like that there's just like fucking two bad guys. He's like, well, I'm a worse bad guy. Go fuck yourself. And then, oh no, there's a secret third bad
There's
guy.
a secret bad guy. The
That's
fuck did this guy
fun.
come from?
That's something that I think they don't do third bad guys anymore.
Because
You get like everything's two. It's always two, but they never do three.
Well, think about it, when they do three, like Spider-Man 3, for example. They did 3, fell apart.
Yeah.
I only have Spider-Man examples, so Amazing Spider-Man 2 did the same thing, fell apart.
It's kind of funny though, because each time that they've done that, that's fucking basically
Batman
the series,
and
right?
Robin.
Yeah, rebooted that one. Holy fuck, man! Yeah,
you can't do 3. You don't get to spend enough time on anyone.
Yeah. Wow. That's another fucking, I think, topic for another time, but that's interesting to see how often that's been the case.
Fails. Yeah, it makes sense
with 3. It's just like, yeah, that's too much.
But you can also do more.
Yeah, like I think. Yeah, if you do just so many.
Yeah.
It's like
it has the
Mortal
opposite
Kombat
effect.
almost. Yeah. Like the
Mortal
more you
Kombat's
do,
one of those things. Like I feel like if you don't know these characters, get the fuck out of the theater because there's too much to explain.
Yeah, like even just the guy 95 is story-wise better movie than the one from a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it's not the better movie technically or whatever, but like the story, it's streamlined. It's either you know these people or you don't, but you're gonna fucking get to know them on the way regardless. We don't have to go, spend an hour with fucking Sonya Blade.
That 95 movie was a phenomenon, dude. It wasn't like this one that kind of came out with a whimper. That that Mortal Kombat song.
Test your might. And that is something that will get any video you put it in, it'll fucking nuke it quicker than anything else you can think of. For whatever fucking reason, they're like just fucking militant to it. You cannot put that in there, we'll kill you.
Did you ever see the Gilbert Godfrey heavy metal version of that?
No.
With Gilbert Godfrey in the background just going, Kano! Sonya Blade! He's replaced all of the Shao Kahn. Test your might. Test your might! It was a cameo that somebody...
Test your might!
Scorpion!
So that's what that we'll be listening to that on the Patreon, folks, and hopefully we don't get murdered for it. Let's hope. I figure those are unlisted. Maybe we'll be able to just who cares? I don't give a shit if they don't. I don't care if it doesn't play in Bangladesh.
Man, I got a big following in Bangladesh, dude. That's probably a bad idea. I'm not caring about Bangladesh. That's bombastic country.
Yes, please show bombastic bombs.
Yeah, they're giving me a goat and a mud hut on a tour there this summer.
Air conditioned. Nice.
I mean, it doesn't have a wall on one side, if you want to call it air conditioning.
Yeah. And they have a big fan that blows ice at you.
They didn't get ice. It's just water.
Well, they call it ice. It's just water that's
I think it was ice when somebody brought it to them.
It's just water that's a little colder than the other water.
Than atmosphere. Whatever the temperature is outside, it is half a degree cooler.
It's one less. But I feel like that would make a solid difference, though. Like if you're just fucking anything, just 1 degree, what a relief.
Could you imagine being in a fucking like in Africa, fucking Madagascar? We are not built for that, boy.
No, I don't even know what Madagascar looks like.
I only know it from the movie.
Yeah.
Talking zebras and whatnot.
Which is crazy. You'd think that like we would have taken those talking animals and brought them to other parts of the world.
That's usually how we do things.
Yeah.
It's very much
turns out it's naturally like Jurassic Park, and then there's an enzyme that's only in the fucking plants on the island.
Mm-hmm.
So they die if you bring them away from them.
So we just took the island. We just hooked the tugboat up to it. Scooted that bitch over here.
Fucking tour it around the world. Come one, come all. We have the magic animals.
United States repossessed Madagascar from Africa today.
That's right.
Be some kind
the souls of Nazis were trapped in animals and left on the island of Madagascar. All right, so horror fans down the drain. I agree. 3 for 3. Because I'm gonna fucking shoot a little bit. Like I said, the smell for me was enough to get them right away. It's one of those things that it's very much akin to my disdain for a lot of fat people. Being one, I hold myself to a standard.
If you're a stinky fat person, another like a not stinky fat person is gonna judge you.
Yeah,
because you gotta take care of.
You gotta take care of yourself, and you're making us all look bad.
Yeah. Now, dude, I've met fat people who stank when they got out of the shower. That is no shit.
And
on my mama, like these dudes just stank.
You just gotta scald them. You gotta get that layer off.
Just dip them in acid for just like a second. You know what I mean? Just like swipe, you know, and then you hit him with water immediately.
Maybe just do like one of those fucking like amusement park rides, like the what do they call it? Like the slingshot or whatever, and it dips you down just above it.
Right, and then dries you off. Just a smidge of acid.
But all right, buddy boy, what's number 4?
Number 4 is horror icons. Need to take a break. We don't need the leather faces. We don't need the Michael Myers. We don't need all that shit right now. Let's find something fun. Let's find something new. Don't do that to me. I'm high.
Ah! Do a dance. You gotta. I think I'll agree with that one. And that one kind of hits home personally for me because, I mean, what's left on the list that hasn't been like fucking deep dicked in the last 3 or 4 years?
Jason, just because he couldn't, right?
Well, so, there's Jason.
But we're in a situation there where it's been 12 years. Yeah. So we're due. Like, that's fine.
Yeah, that one for sure.
Nightmare on Elm Street, we haven't had one in 13 years.
See, that's the only one. I that's where I was getting at because Jason kind of slipped my mind. 2009 and then like 2018 is like basically 2 years that are right next to each other.
Yeah.
In my head. So like I haven't come to terms with that.
Yeah, so we're 13 years from the last Freddy movie, and we're 14 years from the last Jason movie.
Yeah, so like we're due for both technically, but my God, do I not want anything Elm Street ever again? No, England's too old, and no one else is gonna fucking do it. Like they're not gonna.
What he
has the balls? Like he has the balls. Like if they were to make one, they went ahead and greenlit Robert for fucking the last one. He's gonna have the balls. Nope, I'm not saying that. That's not gonna. Like he, you know.
The problem with Freddy is you have to write him well.
Yeah.
Period. Jason, you can get by with he doesn't speak, just killing everything, right? Like
let's get a guy with presence. And that's it. You're done.
Yeah.
You've done the job perfectly.
You have to write a decent Freddy movie is the problem. Jason's gonna hit every time.
Yeah. I think like out of like the main 4 or 5, like, all right, let's say Chucky, Ghostface, Freddy, Michael, Jason, Leatherface. 6.
Yeah.
Most of those is just okay. Just get a guy that can swing a thing good. Like Chucky's a doll, and it's Robert. It's Brad Dourif.
All of them except
That
Elm
one.
Street. Well, Chucky's the same way.
Chucky's the same way. I was about to say Chucky kind of.
Chucky's the same way. You
Fly
can't.
in my ointment.
Yeah, those two are different because they're so charismatic. But like Scream has the easiest task because you never have to explain why the killer's still alive. So you can literally just.
There's 6 of us this time. This episode, there's 6.
And what pisses me off is like, why do people still hang out with her?
Yeah.
Like, I think they explore that in 4.
Yeah. Briefly, not long enough.
Not long enough to where the issue that we're at here. A lot of people have died. A lot of people. What are you doing as a person that drives these people insane to just kill all of your friends? Why are people friends with her?
And that's
they
why
die
every
every 2
New York
years.
City. Yeah.
Whole fucking life turns over every 2 years.
She's had 5 different lives.
Yeah.
She
was
cat.
Laura for a while, or Lauren or Laura for a while.
Yeah. But that was the point I was getting at, and I lost the fucking thing. Is like outside of Friday the 13th, even like the easiest, like the biggest hit rate, like your highest chance of success is Friday the 13th.
Oh, it's the shallowest of all.
Like it's so easy to fucking hit. It's
good kills.
It's just okay. Jason, I like his mask. Machete, good. All right, something in.
I do want to get away from. And you know what? I'm going to make this my number 5.
Ooh.
Because it ties into this. And when Jason comes back eventually, I know this year we're going to get the prequel miniseries, right?
Yep.
He does not have to be 8 feet tall. He does not have to weigh 500 pounds. I am perfectly fine with 6 foot to 6'4".
Homegrown old frowns.
Perfectly fine with it.
Yeah, I agree. Like I think that's one thing that they did well. It's one of the best things about the new Halloween movies. James Jude Courtney is relatively normal size.
Regular size dude, like 6 foot,
Yeah.
6'1".
Yeah. It's not like
The
Tyler
problem the problem really being for me is like, what are you, 6'4"?
Yeah, 6'4" and a half.
Not
I'm 6'5" if my posture's nice.
Not too much after you, people become immobile.
Yeah.
You
I'm
get a 7
fucking
footer.
definitely borderline on that, man. Even at 6'5", I'm fucking there are days where just my back is fucking anything hurts it.
This frame just wasn't made for it. Like
No.
And I don't want that clunkiness because that's what you get with
Yeah.
a Ken Kersinger, which I think he was like 6'8", which is not.
Yeah,
earth-shattering.
and then they booted him up to fucking 7 foot.
And that's his mobility was extremely limited. He's a slow.
That's what they wanted for that fucking movie. That's one of the big reasons
That was Ronnie Yu.
They wanted Frankenstein. Oh, big Frankenstein. Oh, be Wolfman Freddy.
Of water somehow.
Yeah, even though there are several movies of him just going,
He swam with
I
a cruise ship.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes.
You think he swims or does he just walk across the bottom?
I think it's like just a manifestation. He slowly floats to it.
Yeah, but
it's kind of like in the game where you do that, like that fucking that shift.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a camera. He turns into a camera and goes floating.
But yeah, that's my number 5. That's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna cheat.
So number 4 is the horror icons. Number 5 is just
when we do get Jason back.
Just getting something regular, not
nice.
Like Ted White. Get a Ted White sized man. Richard.
You know, even Derek Mears, man. Like I don't know how big
Derek Mears is so fucking good.
This is good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and we'll call that 5A because I feel like that wasn't your 5.
It's better than my 5.
Man, I kind of want to hear the 5.
I don't really have one.
You know what? Let's do the Patreon. That'll be on the Patreon. Well, you get a bonus. You'll get a bonus thing.
I get a bonus.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to say, buddy, you're 5 for 5. I'm too light on these things.
Told you.
But I
it's
think
just what happens when somebody makes good sense. We have sensible discussions.
Yeah, it's true. It's also being the leadoff kind of helps too because you got wide spectrum to swing from. Now I have to kind of take these and go, hey, buddy,
Yeah, it's true.
you can't use these three because they're the same. So try again. Which I didn't think about. I didn't think about having to do that until just now. So I'm gonna have to get that information out to that gentleman because we are live and I have to think about that before I say his name.
Whoopsie.
It's gonna be a surprise. Oh boy, you can't wait. But I think we're getting just about to the time that we wrap up. So obviously I want to thank my lovely patrons. Christian Hannah Horror, Nick Ridza, Orc 145626, Daniel Shine, Lauren Dixon, Mr. Bombastic, Retro Cat, The Daily Ghost, Slaughterport, Brian Trash, Ben Grimm, and T Sweez.
Yo, I talked over Retro Cack. I'm very sorry about that. So you deserve your shout out.
Retro Cat!
Yo!
Special. So obviously, if you want to go ahead and support this little sweetheart, patreon.com/offthegrill podcast. Just $1 a month gets you literally anything.
That will feed Sauce for an entire
hour.
He will send you pictures
Ooh.
that he's colored, and you'll see what your money is doing for him.
You'll get
The
to watch
faraway
me
land of
portion
New
up
York.
the can of peaches, freeze the unused.
You might be able to go
portions.
soul if you really get to not Clover Valley.
It's exciting. But you'll get extra half hour to an hour every week after the podcast is over. Wow, get a little more wacky. You know, it's kind of more of a free for all. I'm allowed to say pretty much whatever I want. So, just whacking it.
Them boys was whacking it in my shred.
But thank you guys for watching, Jonathan.
One last thing, R.I.P. Jay Briscoe.
Yes. Yeah, so this is being recorded and this is like hours old news at this point.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking still fresh. Apparently, like he posted on his Twitter, he got a new hat like 7-8 hours ago.
Away a few hours
and then he passed away a couple hours after that. It's a car crash, I think, which is nuts.
The dude's a legit legend.
Like
of the Indies.
he was fucking great. He was good enough to be. He was one of the cooler Ring of Honor champions.
Yeah,
I think like
two-timer.
I
had his
didn't-
own personal belt.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like fucking sit here and pretend I was some huge fan, but
I always enjoyed
I did
Jay
take
Briscoe
notice. Yeah,
when he was on screen, I always enjoyed it.
yeah. So, I really liked the brief time that those two tagged with Bully Ray.
Yeah,
I thought that was cool. I did get to see them at the Hammerstein
they confuse
Ballroom.
me so bad because they have these weird country accents and they're from the Northeast.
It's Delaware. No, that's Delaware, brother. You can't call Delaware the Northeast, even if it technically is. Delaware is just fucking. That place
Delaware,
is,
really?
It's the first state it's stuck out of time because it's just fucking. It's chicken farms and then like shell corporations.
That's what the Briscoes did, man. They were chicken farmers.
Yep.
To this day.
Like, dude, that's like fucking all of Delaware, man. It's hilarious. Because that's just how they talk. That's not like the
Briscoes.
Buddy, thank you so much.
No problem.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you having me on. I like doing stuff with Saucy.
Yeah, man. I think this went pretty well. We'll have to do another one.
We will.
You won't be on the hot seat though. We'll just have to fucking shoot the shit for another hour.
Best.
Everything's terrific. Mr. Bombastic, everything. My walls are adorned. I can't do it either. It's just like I take basically it's fucking Alec Baldwin's, but done a little bit better.
The guy they got doing it on SNL now is way too fucking good.
Yeah, I haven't watched anything.
That dude's legit. He does a Louis C.K. impression too. That is
perfect. Man. So I like Shane Gillis's Trump.
He does do a good Trump.
Like he gets certain elements of it that like other people miss. It's like, oh yes, I've always noticed that. Yes. But then like there's some parts it's like that's just Shane Gillis. He's not doing a voice.
Yeah, I tell you what, the Patreon show, pull up the SNL guy.
Hell yeah, we'll
it's
do
worth
that.
it.
Thank you, Jonathan. Everyone watching, thank you. Don't forget, Iris loves you.